Today's video, I'm going to be talking about the AR-15 rifle. But before we dive into too many of the details of this old girl right here, I'm going to give you some of the history behind this fine rifle. It was created in the 1950s by Eugene Stoner, and ever since then, it's become one of the most popular rifles among gun enthusiasts and people all over the world. People who shoot for sport and people that just go out and have a good time, and people even use these for hunting. One of the things that make these rifles so popular is all the things that you can do to them, all the attachments that you can add on to them. You can add on a forearm grip, just like what I have right here. I added these iron sights onto it. The iron sights did not come on this AR-15. Some of them do, some of them don't. It just depends on how much money that you want to spend. I added a green dot onto it. This is something that you'll have to add if you want some aftermarket sights, even if it comes with iron sights. Standard, they either come with 1 or 2 magazines, but you can always buy some aftermarket magazines if you want more than 1 or 2 that it comes with. The rails I added on there, which can add in a lot more attachments, such as flashlights, such as lasers. And that is one of the things that make this rifle so popular across the entire world, is the fact that people love being able to add on anything that they want to it. If you look at that top rail right there, it just runs all the way up the rifle. You can put on anything you want. Now, there is such a thing as adding too much to your AR-15 or any of your rifles. I'm not a big fan of adding too much to one. I mean, if you get the things I would suggest that you add on to your AR-15, a flashlight, a good sight, a green dot or a red dot. And if you don't know if a green dot or a red dot is going to be good for your eyes, because everybody's eyes are different. My eyes don't respond real well to a red dot, so I went with a green dot. So just keep that in mind if you're adding on the aftermarket parts to your AR-15 or any of the other rifles. Getting back into the AR-15 now, though, the AR-15 is chambered in a 223 and 5.56. The 223 rounds used to be cheaper, but for some reason now, everywhere I go, the 223 rounds, the 223 rounds are more expensive than the 5.56. The 5.56 NATO rounds are way more mass-produced, so they're actually way cheaper. It depends on if you're buying target ammo or if you're buying higher grade rounds, and there are so many different types of rounds. And just be cautious, though, if you're going to buy reloads. I suggest, if you're really new to this as well, do not buy reloads, because they can malfunction, they can blow up in your hand if they weren't reloaded correctly, or just be duds and then you just wasted all of your money. So just keep that in mind as well. Time to get hands-on with the AR-15. The AR-15 rifle operates on a gas piston system, which helps with its reliability and reduces the recoil of the rifle itself. It has a semi-automatic firing mode, meaning that you pull the trigger once and a round goes off. You pull the trigger again and a round goes off. Now, there are automatic versions of this rifle. However, in order to buy an automatic anything, fully automatic, you have to go through an extensive background check. You got to go through a background check no matter which gun that you're buying. They all require a background check. But in order to buy a fully auto, you have to go through an extensive background check. It's got to be approved by the ATF. It's got to be approved by everything. And you're looking anywhere from 6 months to a year just to get approved to be able to buy that rifle. And then there's a tax stamp that goes with it. And if you don't have that tax stamp with that rifle, you're going to be up a creek without a paddle, so to speak. That's why I tend to stick to semi-auto. Way cheaper. You don't have to worry about all the excess paperwork of having to get those automatic rifles. And not only that, but you have to spend so much more money, and those tax stamps are not cheap. And then there's all kinds of other fees and stuff associated. And then even after everything's said and done, you still may not get approved. So just keep that in mind if you're somebody out there who's thinking about, like, if you're a gun collector and you want to add a fully auto to your collection, I mean, go for it if you want to, but it does take a lot more paperwork. That being said, though, safety is paramount when it comes to firearms in general. Safety is number one. The AR-15 features a manual safety switch right here. See it right there. flip the switch to semi-auto or on safe. A catch, a selector, and a bolt, catch and release, ensuring the safety and handling and operation of a firearm. This rifle has all of that. All AR-15s do. There is several modes of safety on them. The AR-15, its accuracy, reliability is what makes it so sought after. Something on the reliability side of this though. AR-15s are so picky if they get just a little bit dirty. So if you're going to buy one, you've got to keep it clean or it will malfunction. It will malfunction so easily, and there's a lot of things to be adjusted on some of these. You have to be careful when adjusting that. If you don't know how to do it yourself, go to a gunsmith and have them adjust it for you. One of the coolest aspects of the AR-15 is its versatility, and you can attach a wide array of accessories. I said that earlier, but I want to hit on it again. It is one of the best things about an AR-15 is everything that you add to it, you can do anything you want. Now, weight does become a factor with that. That's why I had to circle back around to this. Weight becomes such a big factor with that. And I have a single point sling on mine. Just makes it way easier to carry. But weight becomes such a factor with anything. That 300 Win Mag that I did a video on as well is extremely heavy. I wouldn't want to carry it either. Single point sling does make it easier, but you got to think about that as you're adding accessories onto your AR-15 though. You just got to keep adding more and more weight, because when I added that green dot, which doesn't weigh very much, but I added all the other rails and those iron sights and the forearm grip, it just kept getting heavier and heavier. So to conclude in today's video, whether you're a seasoned shooter or a novice that's looking to getting into shooting, or just for recreational, or if you do it for sport professionally, if you go to the Olympics and shoot, AR-15s are a great rifle to grab. I would suggest that you don't go super cheap, because if you go too cheap, they do have a tendency to malfunction even more. And you can go to people who are certified and have all the proper permits and paperwork. They can actually build you a custom AR-15 or really any rifle or handgun to your specs of what you could possibly want. Now, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. I mean, the cheapest custom built AR-15s I've seen run about $3 grand.